You're here. What's going on, guys? We are going to be using this controller for a flight simulator, and we're going to do a review of the flight simulator. All right, this is what we're going to be looking at. Phoenix RC5. This is an excellent glider, plane, helicopter simulator. The multi-rotor is a little bit sketchy on it, but we're going to show you everything. So let's go to our video recorder. All right, so this is an app here. I shouldn't say app, in simulator. It's actually on the PC. It runs off of a CD. We're just going to show you some of the models. I'm not going to show you all of the models, but I do want to show you that there is a vast selection of models here. Again, we're not going to go through them all. I just want to show you some of them, and then we're actually going to get into flying. We'll show you on a helicopter. We'll show you on a multi-rotor. We'll show you on an airplane. I mean, look at all these, dude. You can, dude, you could play this for hours and probably not hit all the models that they have available for you to select from. But again, just gonna show you a little bit here, and then we're going to actually go fly. We're gonna select this one. We're gonna click finished, and this is what we're gonna fly with. So it gives you a line of sight view. You can definitely go into FPV with this. The FPV is not all that great. The line of sight view that I'm showing you here is, I think, where it's at, especially for somebody training on a plane. Like, as you can see, I've gotten fairly good at it. I'm not perfect with it, but I've gotten fairly good at flying a plane. As far as the helicopter, I still definitely need some practice, but we'll show you that as well. And then the multi-rotors, like I know, they're a little bit sketchy on here, but we will definitely show you that as well. This is an older program to my knowledge. I don't even know if you can download this anymore. I think you actually have to have a physical copy, and you're able to get a physical copy off of eBay. It's like a multi-pack of simulators, and unfortunately this and maybe one of the other ones were the only ones that actually worked. But this is a good one. Like, this is a nice training simulator for a plane. You can see me doing all types of tricks and whatnot. I've spent a considerable amount of time with this, just getting the physics of a plane, because the physics of a plane versus a drone, which I'm very familiar with, are completely different. Bam zone. We can go ahead and crash right there. You can see if you do crash, you will disable your vehicle that you are using. So we'll just go in here and we will go ahead and just close this. We'll go into helicopters, or let's do multi-rotors first. So this Blade 350, a lot of people might be familiar with that. The other ones I'm not familiar with, but we're gonna kind of go with this one, which has an odd wing setup here, and I'm pretty sure it has it in acro. And me flying acro line of sight is not great, especially trying to do tricks is not great. As you can see, we'll try it a couple more times, and then we're just going to move along to the stabilized drone, show you how that flies, and then get into a helicopter. The visual graphics on this are really nice. It looks pretty darn realistic. So again, I highly recommend this. It's dirt cheap. You can go on eBay. It might come from China though, so it might take forever for you to get it. I don't remember. I've had this for quite some time and just recently been messing around with it. My WFLY controller. This is not really a review about the WFLY controller, but it will. I'm showing you that it is capable to run the simulator. You do have to have a special dongle that plugs into the back of your controller and goes into your PC via USB. But let's go ahead and change our model again. Not sure about that one. If you've been in the hobby a while, you've seen this one, and this is in full stabilized mode, where if you go ahead and try to tip too far backwards or try to do a barrel roll or a flip, it just doesn't let you. It is a completely stabilized mode, which, again, with a GoPro underneath it, that's kind of what this was meant for. You can see I just tried to do a manual backflip, which you should be able to do. You can do it in real life. That's why I said the multi-rotor side of this simulator is a little sketchy, because we can do manual flips with the Bugs 3s and stuff like that. But in this, it's not allowing it to. It's really keeping the axis pretty hard, where it's not going to tilt completely upwards, unlike we, again, are able to in real life. But it's, I don't know. I guess the stabilized mode here would be decent for a person to practice on. if they wanted to learn how to fly a drone. But in that juncture, I'd just say go out and get a toy grade drone and go practice on one of them. A lot of your toy grade stuff is extremely durable. So we're gonna go for a trainer helicopter, and I don't know if this is performance limited that they're labeling it as a trainer, but as you can see, the landing gear gives you a little bit of clearance. Especially if you get close to the ground, that you're not just tipping over. Now again, I'm no pro with the helicopter. I have been messing around with it, and it is enjoyable to actually fly. I can do some flips and I can do some barrel rolls and keep the helicopter in the air, as opposed to when I first started, it was constantly crashing, because again, helicopter to fixed wing to multi-rotor, they all have different physics. They all steer a little bit differently than each other, and the stick movements are a little bit different, and to maneuver it is a little bit different. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this again, a dirt cheap flight simulator, which I say is excellent for helicopter and also fixed wing, especially if you're a guy like me that does not have much skill in either or. You definitely can pick up some skill. One of my friends did send me a helicopter. It's an XK helicopter. We will be getting it in the air. Now, it's a huge reason for me practicing with a helicopter, because all I've ever flown was like infrared controllers to small toy grade helicopters like from SEMA and whatnot. And bamzo, just want to show you again, you can crash it. We're going to go ahead and change our flying site here. That is how you get into FPV. You need to change it. You need to pick a 3D setting. Once you pick a 3D setting, it's going to load. It's going to load forever. So I am just going to fast forward through this, that way you don't have to wait for the slow loading. Like right now, it's normal. You can see it's still at 0%. Now it's at 10%, 12%, 14, 16, and it just takes a while. So we're going to slowly fast forward this. Quickly fast forward was what I definitely should have said. So as you can see, we are in it now. The graphics are a little bit pixelated versus the other one, just because it's a 3D map. But it should definitely clear up once we get off the landing strip here. Gonna go down here, go to cockpit, and then we can fly in the cockpit. Yeah, as you can see, I kind of pulled up a little bit too early. We're gonna do a little bit of crashing, and then we'll pull up some more. Seems really slow. This is kind of like an infinite 3D map, to my understanding. Which again, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It's not to me though. It's not really amazing. And especially this view. I would rather an FPV view from the nose of the plane, not so much in the plane. I don't know that anybody has FPV cameras actually inside their fixed wing to give them this obstructed view, because that's what it is. It's super obstructed, I think. You can see we can definitely do barrel rolls and almost crash into the side of the mountain here. Just a really basic look at this. This I don't think is the best quality of this simulator, but I wanted to go over how to get into it, just as well as a little bit of the flight characteristics. So we're gonna go ahead and switch over to, let's see, what do we want to do here? Let's do a multi-rotor. That way I can show you I could actually fly the one multi-rotor that we were flying before, or the one similar, because we were actually flying the different pattern. And I'm going to fast forward this too, because it actually, my computer stopped responding. Or no, we'll just let it. We'll show you how long it actually took. As you can see, it's spinning. I don't know if the not responding symbol was able to show. So, okay, it didn't take too long, but it took a lot longer to get back into this than I would have liked. I thought maybe I was actually going to have to shut down the app. So again, it seems extremely slow. We're used to pretty quick flight simulators with multi-rotors, and I mean, we could do a barrel roll, a basic barrel roll. You could definitely kill your throttle in the roll and do a quick snap. You can do flips like I'm showing you. Again, I think what this is perfect for is the plane simulation. I think the plane and the helicopter simulation is ideal for this. The fact that they tried to go into multi-rotor with this, again, kudos for doing so, but I don't think that's what it's for. We're not going to spend too much time in this. I will show you about the only gappage that you're going to be able to hit. Again, when we go into a flight simulator for a multi-rotor, what do? We want to hit some gaps. We want to try to test our skills on the sticks. We want to finesse through some small holes, but those trees over there is about all we get. So we're going to try to hit a gap over here, then we're going to try to do a power loop, a very poor power loop. Again, I don't know if it was my fault or if it's the physics of the game that limited the ability here. But as you can see, we're coming in slow. It just feels so slow. Super slow, I think. We go Gap City, Gap City. Y'all ain't ready for it. Y'all ain't ready for it. And we hit it. Definitely was not exciting. Was not exciting at all. There was my little attempt at a power loop again. I don't know if that was me on the sticks or if that was quite simply poor physics on the game. Because the physics for the other stuff I would think are just about on point. We're going to go ahead and get out of this 3D mapping. Because again, I'm not a huge fan of the 3D mapping on here, but I know in forums there's people, oh, how do you get it? How do you do FPV with this? And I want to know, and a lot of people just don't know how to do it. So we're going to go here. We're going to select this park, and we're going to do a little flying here. We're not going to do line of sight flying with our little acro multi-rotor. We are going to go get a plane. We'll try to select a different plane than we did before. I think, let's see, I think I've been using this one, or no, I've been using that one. So we use this one, and we'll just give it a little buzz around here. Little fly around. I really, absolutely, again, I don't know how many times I'm going to say it and really drive it in. And this wasn't sent to me. The game, the simulator wasn't sent to me. This is something that I purchased a while ago, and it's a rainy day outside. We're in lockdown mode here, not going anywhere. So I figured I'd come up with a creative, informative video. And you can see in tight quarters here versus the wide open field that we were flying in, we can still operate this plane. It's really fun to actually fly a plane. For J-Drone to say that is a little bit out of pocket, I guess. But it's rather enjoyable to do this and actually be able to maneuver it properly versus just smashing it into the ground 100 times. It's like a up sky fly barrel roll. Then we'll go ahead and dip back down. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, put it down below. If you have any suggestions for any type of videos, put it down below. If you find this channel entertaining and informative, PayPal link down below. Get at me, and it's gonna go in the water. I'll check y'all later.